a world of fun and fantasy, and ever-changing views, and computer terminology. Commodore's news. Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you. Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
Hi, I'm Graham. Welcome back to the Commodore Cave. Today I'm going to show you a new addition for my oldest Amiga, the Amiga 1000, and that is this floppy disk drive selector switch. The problem with the Amiga 1000 is that they weren't intended to be used with a hard disk, but to be booted from a floppy disk in DF0. Most importantly, a lot of the games had to be booted from DF0 and couldn't be booted from an external drive. Now what this means is I can now use an external floppy disk drive to boot from as DF0, including a Gotek drive. And that opens up an enormous library of software that I can now use on a USB stick instead of floppy disks. Of course, the floppy disks are aging, and as they get older, they tend to fail more and more. Using a thumb drive bypasses that whole problem. Now I bought this switch as new old stock, and indeed it looks like it's never been used. These switches are readily available for the Amiga 500 and 2000s, but this is the first time I've seen one that purports to work on the Amiga 1000. It came with installation instructions, so I've scanned that. You can have a read of that if you're interested. You can buy switches like this commercially, and I did try to, but I was advised by the manufacturer that while they expected it would work on the Amiga 1000, they couldn't guarantee it, and I still don't know whether they would. I should be able to bypass that limitation and be able to boot using my thumb drive. It also makes it very simple to back up all of my programs. Here is the fabulous Amiga 1000. Let's open her up and remove the shield. And here we have the motherboard. So what I have to do here is remove the even CIA chip, which is right behind the floppy disk drive. There's the CPU. There's one chip. There's the second one. And that's the one I need to remove. Here we go. Socket's free. Be careful with the chips, they're static sensitive. Then ensuring this is going around with the correct orientation, which is the dimple there at the bottom near my thumb. The device is inserted into the old chip socket, being super careful that the pins are properly aligned. You don't want to bend those. That replaces the chip in the socket. And just gently press it home. And again, ensuring that the chip is correctly orientated. That goes back in here, into the new socket. You don't want to do this backwards, because if you do, you'll kill your chip. And press that home. Okay, that looks fine. There's my switch, so I'll just leave that here for now. I'll tidy that up later. Let's see what happens. Right, the moment of truth. Of course, kickstart first, and then the workbench. There's DF0, my workbench, and there is DF1, which is my Gotek drive. Just going to copy that. So I'm copying my workbench disk in DF0 onto a blank space in the Gotek drive. And we have copy of workbench. Let's try booting. There's no disk in DF0 now, and it's now looking at the external Gotek as DF0. And there it goes. Alright, it worked. There's no stepper motor going, and it's running apparently fine. All I need to do now is put this switch somewhere convenient out of sight. I can guarantee I won't be drilling any holes through the case, that's for sure, and then reassembling the Amiga 1000. Well, that's it today from me from the Commodore Cave. I hope you found the video interesting. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up, or better still, a comment, or better still, subscribe. Till next time from the Commodore Cave, see ya. Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.